see you. Hello, 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 hello. Good day, everyone. Today, let's learn together why things float and sink and what are these things that float and sink. The materials that we see around us exist in different forms. It can be solid, liquid, or gas. Some materials float and some materials stay submerged partway down and some materials sink. Sink means to fall to the bottom. Float means to stay on top. Why do boats float and sometimes sink? Let's think about the answer after viewing this video.
Hello, friends! Seems my voice has changed a bit due to the cold. Anyway, today we will learn about floating and sinking. Have you ever wondered why some things float and some things sink? Let's learn about floating and sinking today. What causes some things to float and some to sink? Well, whatever objects sink are more dense. See the stone? These marbles? And yes, these coins. They all sink in water because the molecules are jam-packed in these. Similarly, whatever objects float are less dense, like this rubber ball, this plastic bottle, and this lovely balloon. They all float in water because the molecules are loosely packed in these. Let me explain this. Everything around us is made up of small molecules. In some objects, tiny little objects called molecules are tightly packed together. And in others, they are loosely packed together. This is actually what density means. The objects that are tightly packed together have a higher density, and the more loosely packed objects aren't that dense. It states that any object immersed in a fluid is acted upon by an upward or buoyant force equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. The ship has a long and wide base, because of which the amount and weight of water displaced by it increases. So, as the weight of displaced water increases, the buoyant force exerted by the water also increases, and the ship floats on water. So, if the buoyant force is equal to the object's weight, then the object will float. If the buoyant force is less than the object's weight, then the object will sink. But you must have heard in the news about some ships that sink in water. When the weight of the ship is more than the maximum possible upthrust, then it sinks to the bottom.
Did you observe when the materials are placed one at a time into the water? Very good! Some materials floated, other materials sunk. Look at the materials that floated. Is there anything common among each one? Very good! Light materials float. Look at the materials that sunk. Is there anything common about them? Excellent answer! Heavy materials sink. Let's remember this. Sink means to fall to the bottom of water. Float means to stay on top. Some of the materials that float are materials that are made of wood. Materials made of metal usually sink. Some things float in water. Some things stay submerged partway down and some things sink. Some things sink very fast and some things sink very slowly. An object's shape can affect its ability to float, but some materials float no matter what their shape, such as styrofoam and balsa wood. Some things float at first, but then sink as they absorb water and take water or through holes. Why do some people use floaters or salbabida in swimming pools? What an excellent answer! People use floaters in swimming pool to keep them afloat in water. Why do large boats or ships float on water? What an excellent answer! Large ships and boats float on water because the upward push of the water is greater than their weights. Why do life vests keep you afloat in the sea? What a smart answer! Life vests keep us afloat because it makes us occupy a bigger space, increasing the upward force of the water in us and making us float. Thank you for watching!